So I'm Tina Willis. I am the running lawyer. I'm actually an injury lawyer in Central Florida, but I'm also a distance runner and a person committed to self-improvement and constant growth, and in both my law practice and in my personal life. I really try to be as healthy as I can, and anytime I get away from that, I feel much worse. And the more I move toward that, I feel much better all day, including when I'm helping clients and just getting through my business and practice management obligations. I feel much better when I've taken care of myself. So I hope you will consider the impact that exercise could have in your life. And if you're already exercising, I know if you're like me and you're a busy professional or you're busy with your job, even for those of us who exercise regularly, we can move away from it when we're becoming more and more focused on some aspect of our work. So I'm just here to sort of pull against that and pull you back to what you know your body and your mind really need. I actually was reading, I've mentioned it in a few of my recent videos, some of which I haven't even posted, but that I'm reading I've just finished reading a couple great books, Essentialist and Miracle Morning, both highly recommended. But one of them said, one section of one of them was discussing, you need to protect the asset. And the asset is you. So if you don't get enough sleep, or you don't feel refreshed and positive and fit, then it's real hard to bring your A game to the rest of your life. On the other hand, when you do feel all of those things, it really feels like you can conquer the world, and you get better ideas, I think, when you're out exercising, whatever your exercise of choice is, running, biking, walking. I do believe running outdoors or exercising outdoors is pretty important. We need vitamin D, and just the sounds of nature, the birds and the bugs and everything else that comes if you're lucky enough to live near a stream or the ocean. Those sounds and the sights really are another element of taking your mind to that next level. But what I wanted to talk about today, in addition to those things, is whether you should have a gym in your house. And actually, it's really the importance of having a gym in your house. Now, having a gym doesn't have to be something elaborate. I've been building a small gym in my house for a few years. Most of the space in my house was dedicated to other things. It's more of a space issue. But I have in one bedroom, I have a treadmill and some weights. But what I want, if you're someone who doesn't do any strength training or haven't done any, then the first step I would encourage is, after you've done some kind of cardio, commit to 3. Hang on. My GPS watch. I don't want to lose the amount I've already run this morning, but commit to 3 exercises each day. And if you really aren't sure what to do, some planks or sit-ups, some push-ups. If you're a woman and you have trouble, you can do like I do, which is have your knees on the ground. I should be stronger, but I'm working on my upper body strength. And some squats, even if you use no weights. And so that's so simple. You can do that with very little equipment in your home. To step that up a notch, but still keep it simple, I actually ordered from Amazon two wall charts that are now hanging in this bedroom. One is stability ball workouts, and the other is dumbbell exercises. And even though I used to work in a gym and I know a lot of different exercises, both of those charts brought to mind exercises I either hadn't thought of in years because I've mostly become an outdoor runner, or ones that I actually never knew about. So I've been committed to going home and after I finish in the morning and doing at least a few strength training exercises. And you should know that I used to do a lot of strength training, but over the last few years, while I do it periodically, I've really had trouble sticking with it. So that's something that I'm doing to just trying to I know that the beginning of sticking with something is creating the habit and doing at least just a little bit. The same thing applies to running or any exercise. Just do a little bit and get yourself going. But the reason to have it in your house is because I mean, again, I used to work in a gym. I have nothing against gyms, except in my case, they're too far away. The closest gym to my house is 15 minutes. I have a membership, but adding that 15-minute drive there and drive home is something, I'd rather use those 30 minutes to actually do the weight routine and then go out the door and either run, walk, or bike, depending on what you like to do. Now, if the weather is prohibitive, like in the winter up north, maybe you need to have a treadmill in your house, because and besides forming the habit, a real key to exercise is having it be convenient, something that you can fit in your life. And so I mentioned that I haven't really been haven't done as much strength training as I would like. However, because I have at least a small setup in my home, I still have done strength training periodically, and those workouts would never have happened if I didn't have the strength training equipment in my house. And I recently am really trying to ramp that up, in part thanks to those books I mentioned that have inspired me to really recommit to my personal development in the mornings before I get going with my practice and my work and everything else. So I would just think, yes, I would say you do need a gym in your home. And the reason is convenience. Even if you have a gym membership, you can supplement. If there's a day when you just don't have time to go to the gym, you can do a little bit at home. But if you don't have the equipment and you have no setup, you can't do it. I'll tell you what I have in my home gym. I have a treadmill, which I only use when the weather is really bad. So if it's pouring down rain, I've got a treadmill in my house. There's a television, and I actually have a treadmill, a desk set up there. But the main thing is there's a television. I ordered an amped up speaker, so because otherwise you can't hear what you're watching because of the sound of the treadmill. But actually it's not a television, it's a computer that's hooked up so that I can watch either Amazon or YouTube or something entertaining while I'm running on the treadmill. But I do that very infrequently. Still, I have it there for those bad weather days or something like that. I also have a set of dumbbells for the weights that I like to use, a stability ball, one simple bench press, and a thick pad, like not a yoga mat, but like a thicker mat, because when you lay on the ground and do, let's say, planks or sit-ups, you need something to soften the blow, or the impact or the pressure on your body. So hang on, watch is beeping again. So those are the things that I have in my gym right now, in addition to those charts on the wall, the 2 simple charts. And with those things, I could do a complete body workout. There are a couple of exercises you can't do. For example, lat pull downs, unless you have a dedicated machine, and calves are a little bit of an issue unless you have a dedicated machine. But you know what? Doing something is better than doing nothing. Don't let the fact that you can't be perfect stop you from doing, an almost complete body workout. And actually, those charts do have some exercises for lats and for calves. So they're not the ideal exercises probably for lats and calves, but they do have some. So yeah, so you can just quick, even if it's before you make dinner or in between while you're watching television at night or something, do a few strength training exercises. Get your body into the habit of doing that, and it will expand and you will become more fit, and so that'll be a good thing. So I hope everyone will think about that and maybe consider changing a room in your house to make room for yourself. One other thing, I do have an elliptical machine, which is for my anytime I'm injured. I think that's the best cross-training alternative to running. But at the moment, the elliptical machine is not in the room, the small room that I have dedicated, and we're working on renovating the garage to have a bigger space so that I can have all of those things. But over the years, I use the elliptical machine when I'm injured, or if I'm just tired from running and I need a little break. But I do recommend, if you have space, for both like a treadmill and an elliptical machine, or whatever machines you like. But those are my two of choice. So hope that helps. I'll talk to you guys later. Find a way to put some fitness into your life, and I'll see you soon. Bye.